Obviously, we had signed a new player to our active 53-man roster. David, I believe how you pronounce the name is Anenih. I think that's how you say it. But we signed him to our 53-man roster today. This was actually earlier.
So he's actually on our 53?
Yes.
He
not
was
on the practice
Titans
squad. He was on the
squad.
Titans.
I didn't know if he came to our practice squad.
So the way it works is if you're going to sign somebody off of somebody's practice squad, they have to come to your active, and they have to stay on the active for 3 weeks. I think that's still the rule, yeah.
So he's locked in.
Yeah, for at least 3 weeks. Then after that, we'll see what happens. But little bit on him. He played at the University of Houston, was very productive his last year there as a pass rusher, more importantly. He's, like I said, spent time with the Titans this preseason, was one of their more productive pass rushers. Now, once again, it was preseason, but he did lead that team in sacks throughout the preseason and stuff like that. But when I watch him on tape, to me, I think that he is very explosive. I love, just his ability to bend. I think that he's a good pass rusher in terms of his speed rush. In terms of his frame, not a very large guy. Not undersized to the point where you're worried about, can he play out there? But he's not, like I said, the biggest defender in terms of when you look at Malik Reed, when you think Alex Highsmith, or even when you think, I'm drawing a blank on the guy we just signed literally the other day to the practice squad. Oh my goodness.
Anderson,
yeah.
I don't remember his first name.
Ryan Anderson. Yeah, like Ryan Anderson, Malik Reed, Alex Highsmith, they're gonna have bigger, bulkier frames. To me, when I look at David, to me, I think he's a little bit leaner, but the thing that I do think benefits him more is him being lean. It gives him more explosive ability, especially getting out of his stance. Like his first step is nice. Now, the cons to him, he's not going to be as good against the run. To me, when we talked about how do you replace TJ, and I said, man, it's not just one player. You need a guy who can play the run. You need a guy who can rush the passer. You need a guy who can do some of the coverage stuff. This is the complement to Ryan Anderson. Ryan Anderson is your run stopper, your 7-6 technique player. He can handle a guy one-on-one. He can set strong edges. He's very, very physical, but limited pass rushing. He can win, but it's more kind of like when I talk about Judon. It's like he's not going to make you feel threatened just off of him one-on-one, but he is a player that can win. When you talk about David, it's the reverse of that. So he's not the best against the run. He's not the physical, most stout. But when you're watching him rush the passer, that's where you see where he's gifted at, where he feels more comfortable because his first step, he can rush left or right side. Nice active hands. I love, like I said, how he can bend and turn the corner, stuff like that. And that does make sense to me why they would bring him in because you already have a Ryan Anderson as well. Try to build both of them two dudes up. One has to be on active, one's on practice squad. Obviously, the logistics of it, but you still have a Malik Reed as well, who is kind of the best of both worlds between a David Anenih and a Ryan Anderson. So, once again, we're talking about replacing TJ Watt's productivity and how we're kind of try to come about doing it. It's going to be a little bit of everything because, as we've said before, unless you're going out and giving up major assets for proven commodities that are on TJ's caliber, which we said would cost a lot, whether you're talking draft picks, whether you're talking trading for players, or even if you're talking bringing a guy in who has that type of, cachet, they're going to cost a lot more. These type of guys that we currently have been working with or acquiring in the short term, this is like your best bet right now, unless you say bet on the house on a D Ford, you know what I mean? Like that's an alternative. But other than that, it's going to be these type of moves, going to be these type of players where you're like, hey, can you do this thing that TJ does? Can you do this thing that TJ does? All right. Can you do a little bit of all this? And that's kind of how we're formulating it right now.
It's like low risk.
Yeah.
Low to medium reward.
Yeah.
Whereas
basically.
if you're signing a dude like D Ford, higher risk, higher reward though.
Yeah.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
And it is confirmed TJ was put on the IR, so
Correct.
he's out for at least 4 weeks.
4 weeks. Yep.
Now, you're saying, so you're basically saying with this guy plus Anderson, we get something like TJ Watt?
I didn't say that either. No. I did not. TJ Watt is TJ Watt for a reason, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to add in Malik Reed, and can we square it? We can't even do it to like, no. It don't need to be square. We need to cube it. Yeah, because square is to the second. We need to cube it to the third. If we get all three and then we cube it, then we'll get like close-ish.
All right, how about this question?
All
Seriously.
right.
Say you can't sign one of the top names.
Okay.
Are you taking just T.J. Watt, or are you taking all the other edge rushers and pass rushers we have on the roster right now? If you're building a team.
I'm building a team.
And you can't get any of the other big names that are out there. So it's just T.J. Watt. You got to sign just like other practice squad dudes, I guess.
Okay.
To fill the void.
Or what?
That's it.
So,
it's you have T.J. Watt, or would you rather have the depth that we have as a whole? Highsmith, Reed, the other guys that we signed, Jameer Jones. But if you pick T.J. Watt, all you can do is sign like practice squad guys or dudes that are free agents that aren't big names right now.
Give me TJ. I'm sorry.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
So Highsmith and Malik Reed. Well, I guess that's basically the question. Do you want Highsmith and Malik Reed,
or do I want the guy?
Just TJ?
I'm a fan of the guy. Like, because we all know what a Debo does, what a Peasy does, what a Kevin Green does. You know what I mean? When we talk about having the guy versus having good players, it's just a difference. It's a difference in terms of the trust that you have. It's a difference in terms of the mentality that you have going into these games. When you say, hey, I don't care what you do, you don't have an answer for this player right here. I love having that type of like big joker card. And TJ is the big joker, you know? Right now, we got some aces and some kings. They cool. And you match it up right, man. You can cook with that thing. But at the same time, if somebody got that big joke over there, we ain't got no answer for that right now. Yeah.
Yeah, basically what we're saying, like T.J. Watt and Jameer Jones versus Highsmith and Malik Reed. I think I'm with you. I think I'd take TJ.
It's
I
TJ,
like the trajectory Highsmith's on. If Highsmith keeps this up for the next like 5 or 6 weeks.
You see the difference, though? You're saying if.
I know. We know TJ's
I hope.
Probably going to be close to 20 sacks this year.
Will. It's like, we don't even care if TJ can. We've already seen TJ do this and do it on multiple occasions. And you're talking trajectory. I love it.
Right. If he would have finished out that overtime,
I was about to say,
TJ
Highsmith is
would
my
have been
guy.
in the conversation with Minka as the best player.
Thank you. Because Highsmith is my dude, 100%. But I can't say that Highsmith got a better trajectory right now than TJ, if it was a healthy TJ. Because TJ, man, he left 3 on the table. 3 games essentially on the table last year and still tied the single season sack record and still was the best defensive player in football.